Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Hello, everyone. It's so cool to see everyone. We're always, waiting backstage and seeing, it tells us how many people are waiting and then how many people are watching. And I just asked where y'all are tuning in from. I'm seeing a ton of answers. And you know what I'm seeing on here is a lot of places that I wish I was visiting this summer on vacation, like Maine, sneak peek, but this little lobster postage stamp that you have right there too makes me want a lobster roll,
So,
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm Bailey from Glowforge, and I'm here with Kim from Sweet Red Poppy. And this is a cozy Crafternoon stream. So if you just clicked a link and ended up here, or maybe you're scrolling through Facebook, or I think we streamed this kind of all over the place as a little bit of an experiment this time. So if you're joining us unexpectedly, hello. We are going to be doing a live crafting session right now. And what's really cool is Kim came up with this craft. She's our host this week, or this month, I should say. You can get the files to make this craft yourself for free. Just go to glowforge.com/cozycrafternoon. You can do that now. It's still up and everything. And we'll send you an email with all these files. You're kind of getting a sneak peek right now with Kim's overhead camera there. But we've got these super versatile summer memories frames. I guess you could preserve memories from other times of the year, but with your color scheme. So super cool. Oh my gosh, everybody's chiming in here. Oh yeah,
in the chat.
I see in the chat we put in, if you are tuning in live, so if you're watching this right now on Tuesday afternoon, we have a $250 Glowforge gift card giveaway. There is a link in chat on YouTube, and hopefully we're able to pop it in on the other channels too. So we'll be collecting your name and email, and I'll email the winner this afternoon. So if you already have a Glowforge, you can get like proof grade materials or designs or things like that. And if you don't have a Glowforge, it can go towards your Glowforge purchase. So cool. Okay, entered in there. All right. Okay, one more thing before we get started. I wanted to tell all of you we have a couple Glowforge bundles available right now. It's always nice to get a bundle, get a few things for free at a bit of a discount, and get going for the summer. So we have a Glowforge Pro HD bundle that includes a 4-year warranty. A lot of folks who get our Glowforge Pro or HD, they run businesses with their Glowforge, and so it's really important that it's always up and running and dependable, and the warranty is like a really nice peace of mind. So that's cool. That comes with warranty through 2029. And we also have a bundle for our craft laser, the Aura, and that comes with a bunch of proof grade. So you can kind of get to crafting, not need to run to the craft store. Proof grade is a really nice, easy way to use your Glowforge. So with that, we can kind of get started. Kim, you want to tell us a little bit about the project and like why you picked it out?
Okay, so I'm just so excited about summer, and I don't know if anyone else struggles with this, but I take all these photos in my phone and then I never print them. And then I'm so sad. Like, I want my kids to remember all the fun memories and all the fun things that we planned. So this is part of my bigger goal to print out my photos off of my phone and actually display them in my home. I'm not great about that. So I was trying to dream up like, what's a fun way that I could make it match my aesthetic and my colorful vibe. So this is really how this project was born. I wanted a fun way to frame everything and maybe force myself to print everything off.
Lots of fun for some photos. No, I do the same thing. I have so many on my phone, and I'll go through phases when I print a bunch, and then there'll be like a multi-year gap, and I'm like, I swear we did things,
Exactly. I'm like, it's been years since I printed a photo, so I'm forcing myself now to do it. But this has been such a fun way to get me excited about it. And then we have, I think you said on the lead page, 20 different frame options. And then they're all customizable. They have toppers and they all can be swapped. So it's really fun. Also, we have some out of cardstock too. You could make them out of wood. You could make them out of acrylic. You can make them with the proof grade materials too. So really any way that you want to make this project, you can. And then we have a bunch of little stamps too. So kind of what I was inspired by was, I don't know if you've seen trending dresses this summer, but they have these really fun prints where it's like all these postage stamps on a dress, and they're all fun colors. And
Yeah.
it's like, I love the idea of turning your photo almost into a postage card or a postcard with some little stamps. So we have these customizable little stamps too, and little toppers that you can add on. So I just want it to be like all the fun little memories from summer. And you can even glue these little guys on here, or you can put a magnet on the back. So all the customization options.
I'm glad you said that, because when I first saw them, I thought they went on top, and then I was like, oh wait, no, they're separate, but they can kind of be anything you want, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I think I know the dress that you're talking about. They're a little bit like illustrative looking, and it kind of reminds me of like vacationing in Europe or something. So yeah, these are beautiful and they're so colorful. I love the pink and red combo, which I don't know, I didn't used to like that, but I love that now and it's so pretty. We did make some different versions of these. So mine are not done. I'm a little behind, but I'm halfway through making mine, and I'm going with some darker version. So this is walnut, proof grade walnut, and then
I love that
lobster too, of course. But maybe if Michelle, who's our backstage right hand woman, we have some photos of some other versions of them that we did. Maybe if we can show those. I think it'll take them. Oh, here we go. She's quick. Okay, so these are some that Fabi and Kate, who you might see both of them on our social media, and Kate has hosted a couple of these cozy crafternoons as well. These are some versions these are the ones that Kate did, or sorry, Fabi did. So we just kind of went with the, I don't know, kind of more neutral aesthetic here, but they're so pretty. I could see these looking really gorgeous in like, I don't know, a baby room or like just a one.
So cute. Yeah. And also you could blow these frames up and use a full sheet of acrylic, or even think like using the pass-through option would be so fun and make a giant portrait. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. That sounds really
fun. Yeah. Oh yeah. Kim's been known to make some really cool giant things. We'll have to show that in a minute. Can you go to the next one? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love the checkerboard pattern.
Love that. Yeah. That one's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
So pretty. And I like how the postage stamp theme kind of carries through, but then also the wavy. The wavy one giant would be such a cool statement piece. That would look great on my wall in here, actually. Okay. The next ones are the ones that Kate did. Oh, and she lives in Newport, Rhode Island. And so we went with the coastal aesthetic for hers. And so I think it's like some kind of like sea glass colors. I love that one. The green.
Oh, the natural with the white. That's so pretty.
Gorgeous. Kind of looks like beechwood, all like bleached in the sun. So gorgeous. Okay.
And the one with the bow. Oh, my heart. I just love that one.
Just really looks really delicate and lovely. I think there's one more page. They're the same ones. It's just kind of up close. Oh yeah. Yeah. The green one. That's so nice. So as you can see, if the Kim Sweet Red Poppy colors are not quite your aesthetic, like you can definitely do these in different ways.
Tone it down. Definitely.
So Kate did these, I think, just as magnets. And yeah, those are adorable. The lobster is the fave. Cool. All right, I'm gonna sneak over to chat really quick and make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, I think so. We showed this when you were showing the frames, but I want to make sure everybody really knows this, that if you don't have a Glowforge or a laser to cut these out of wood and acrylic and stuff, Kim did provide the files to use these on a blade cutter. So that's what this would look like if you did this as a paper project.
And they definitely work with a smart cutting machine. It's still a great project. I mean, you could even cut them out of paper on your Glowforge as well. So
yeah, exactly.
I did provide a free printable template if you want to cut it by hand. So if you aren't into the smart cutting machine or laser machine game yet, you can also cut them by hand.
Oh, that's so cool. All the options. A reminder, if you're just joining us since we got started, that we're doing a giveaway of a $250 glowforge.com gift card. So we're trying to pop that in chat and all the places. So depending on where you're tuning in from, if where you're tuning in from, you can't find the link, it's definitely in the chat over on YouTube. So just head to YouTube, look up Glowforge. We're live there right now.
reading some chat comments. Someone said that would make a really cute mirror. I am going to do that now. Thank you for the idea. So fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And then someone else said, are they magnets? So I'm going to show really quick. They are magnetic on the back, but I also have a little stand option. So if you don't want to put them on a fridge, I have this little stand that just slides together.
It's a tight fit. I was like pounding.
It holds so well.
Yeah, it's stuck forever now though. So it's in there. See?
Never coming apart.
Yeah, I don't have a magnetic fridge, sadly. Just the side of it is magnetic. So I get like 1 square foot. So it's prime real estate.
I have mine. I have this little magnetic or a metal locker back here. So I just threw some on there.
Oh, cute.
So anywhere that's metal is fun too.
So speaking of machines, I wanted to make sure everyone knows we do have Glowforge experts in chat. So if you have any questions about, maybe you're thinking about getting a Glowforge or upgrading to a different type of Glowforge, if you have questions about material capabilities or anything like that, go ahead and pop them into chat. We can either answer them aloud or experts can help you out there. But we wanted to mention that these files, they would work with any of the Glowforge printers as well. So we have our professional series, which is the Glowforge Pro, Pro HD, Plus, and Plus HD. And then the craft series, the Glowforge Aura and Spark. And Kim, which ones do you have? You have a couple, right?
You have all. I think.
Like we've worked together in a couple of the launches and stuff. This makes sense.
I love them all and I use them all. Yeah, I have Aura, Spark, and then the Pro.
Yeah. So Spark is the smallest craft laser, and then Aura is a slightly bigger craft laser. And those are really great if you're a hobbyist. And they work with many materials. You'll be able to cut thin wood, thin acrylic, things like that. There are a couple limitations, like you can't do clear or white acrylics, which is kind of a weird sciencey thing between a diode laser and a CO2 laser. So the Pro is a CO2 laser, and that can really cut through everything. It also has the pass-through slot. So Kim was mentioning making these giant. It has a slot through it where you can feed through a giant piece of material. Actually, the Aura has a pass-through slot too. It's just like a baby craft-sized pass-through slot. So yeah. So if you have any questions about the machines, those are the different machines, but you could use any of them for this project today. I would love to know in chat what y'all are doing this summer. Kim and I were just chatting before this about our summer plans and what pictures we might be putting in the frames this year. Our goal of getting the photos off the phones. I went to the Washington last week. That was really nice. We actually got some sun, which is really hit or miss. So tell us in chat what you were doing this summer. Would love to hear. What about you, Kim?
Oh, really quick. There was a question in chat I'm going to highlight really quickly.
Right.
It said, there was a question about, do you put, let's see, my chat keeps scrolling backwards. Something about, you put clear acrylic over it. I didn't add any, but that's actually a great idea. You could absolutely add a layer of clear acrylic to keep your photos nice and safe.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. Mm-hmm.
Summer plans. I just got back from the beach, which was part of what inspired this project. I don't think I have anything else super exciting planned. We might go to the mountains for a little camping trip, but I think that's it.
Yeah, we were just saying where I live in Seattle, it's like you want to stay home during the summer for the most part because it's so beautiful here. You got to enjoy it. Get out of town during the rain, but stay when it's really nice. So same here. Okay, I'm going to see if there's any questions. Where do we find the SVG file? Yes, if you are just joining us, you can go to glowforge.com/cozycrafternoon. You'll have to sign up. It's like name, email, and maybe phone number, and you will get an email that has these design files for you, both as SVGs and what's the other file type that you provided for the Cricut?
SVG for Cricut as well.
Okay.
There's also a PDF in there. I think I also included some of the AI files too, so if you want to edit them. And also, you are welcome to download all of these files for free. You can use them in your own business if you want to make things out of them and sell them. That is fine by me. I would love to see what you make with them.
Yay. All right. Well, I'm seeing some summer plans in the chat. Staycation. Had a very big trip last year. Going to the beach this summer. Prepping for teaching in the fall. Yeah. Oh, teachers, I know. We're like, what are you doing this summer? And they're like, getting ready for the school year. Going to the beach. We did a cruise earlier in the year. No summer vacay. I did my first cruise this year too.
Where did you go?
Oh, I went to Alaska actually from Seattle. You can, yeah, that was
That's fun. I bet that was gorgeous.
It was, yeah, not beachy, but it was enjoyable. So, well, I think with that we've got tons of people here live. So why don't we kind of get started with a demo?
Sounds good. Okay, let me pull everything up. Okay, so step 1 is going to be downloading all of those files. And the file is broken down into separate files. So I have one for smart cutting machines and then one for laser machines. Make sure that you grab the right files because I think I changed the line types on those a little bit. So it's a little bit different for each one. And then I just want to run through a few like tips and tricks when you are cutting things out. If you're working on Glowforge, there are a few of the files that you absolutely want to make sure you have masking on for. So like this fun one where we are going to be painting it like this. The masking is going to help you so that you get really nice, clean lines. So definitely mask. And if your material is not pre-masked, you're going to really want to go over that with a little scraper and make sure that it's fully adhered because it will give you the most beautiful results once you paint it. Another thing that masking will be so important for is if you are doing these little stamps, because if you want nice, clean, let me get a little closer to the camera. If you want nice, clean paint lines, you will need the masking on there. Cutting this out of acrylic is really pretty easy. This is what it looks like. So no issues there. And then if you're doing it on a smart cutting machine, my only recommendation is for this back piece, you can do it out of something a little bit heavier than cardstock. So craftboard is really good, or chipboard works really well. And you can find both of those at the craft store. Okay, so cut all of your pieces out. Let's just walk through really quick what our pieces are going to look like. So every single frame is going to have the same back 2 layers. This is your very back layer, and it has a nice little slot here so that you can slide your photo in. On top of that, we are going to stack this little layer so that your photo will just sit, it just like nests right inside, just like that. And then from there, you can choose from a bunch of different frame options. And on top of the frames, you have all of your little stackers. Let me pull those over. So I have all of the different options.
I can't remember in math class, what's that called? Like there's some equation where we could figure out how many combinations of these.
I know. We need to figure that out. I was wondering how many different combinations you could do.
I was wondering if you could do 2 of the stackers together too. Like, I mean, this won't look good because they're the same color, but like, yeah, exactly. Like that.
Like, and you can, there are a few different ones where you can do multiple stackers together and that gets really fun. But also if you want to do something a little bit more customized on one of them that has more blank space, you could add something in Glowforge. Bailey, you were telling me about this. What was the option that you used to customize your stamps?
Oh yeah, so if you have Glowforge Premium, there is kind of like a clip art sort of tool that has something like 2 million images in it or something, and it's in Glowforge Premium. So you could type in like I love oysters, and that's a big thing that I love to do in the summer is go get oysters. And so I would want to make one of those postage stamps with an oyster on it. And so you could just type that in and it'll give you, 200 different types of oysters. And so you can pick an engraved style that kind of matches with it. So yeah, I love using that. It's just one of the Glowforge Premium options.
That's a great idea. You could make these customized for a gift or a holiday. So many options. I'm going to go ahead and start peeling away this transfer. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I can't get it up with my nails.
I know. I was going to say, do you usually use a tool? I had my little tweezers in here from from the bathroom. I was like, this is too, because to do the it worked so well, as I'm sure you're going to show us, but it lets you get so detailed.
It really does. And I'll show you my little trick for getting nice, clean paint lines as well. Just peel all of these away.
See a couple questions in here about cardboard. Yeah, cardboard would be another great options for these frames, actually. It works well on, I think, all of the lasers, including the craft lasers.
Oh yeah, if you have any questions about this, throw them in the chat and Bailey will read those off.
How about using cereal boxes? Somebody says. Oh, that's a fun idea.
Cereal boxes, actually. Great idea. Okay, once you have removed your transfer material, take your paintbrush and we're just going to do an up and down movement. I think it's like pouncing or stippling is what it's called, but you just go up and down near where these lines are, and this makes sure that it doesn't like bleed under your masking tape. And so I just hit those lines first.
And Kim, remind us what you're using again. Is it birchwood?
This is birch, yeah.
Okay.
And I did, on these ones that I'm planning on painting, I did an unfinished one just because it'll accept the paint a little bit better. And I like to save my nice finished stuff for projects where I'm not planning on painting it.
Yes, agreed. It can be a little tricky to paint too, so because it's finished. That's a good technique. I never know what I'm doing, and then my paint looks kind of all over the place. So I like how you're getting it right into the line, kind of pushing it into that line right there, and that's going to create a really sharp line, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's just straight up and down, and it's a little time consuming, but it does look so much better if it doesn't bleed, which hopefully we'll see. When I pull it back, we'll see if it bleeds or not. I'm going a little bit faster than I normally do to try to hurry this along. Bailey, do you have any other fun plans this summer?
Yep, we're going to go camping in Eastern Washington in a couple weeks, and that's really on a lake. So that's like a nice kind of lake beach vacation. Yeah, and we'll bring our dogs, so that will be lovely.
You've been running a lot lately. Did you do your marathon?
Oh yeah, no, I am doing a marathon in August. Yeah, so I've been training for that, and I'm a little nervous. It's going to be so hot. I did one last year, but it was in October, so it was in the mountains, so it was a little cooler. But we'll see. I'm not the like best hot weather runner, so I might need to slow down. Otherwise, I'd win. You know,
Evening out the playing field for everyone.
Big weather.
I could run a mile if my life depended on it. So I'm impressed every time I see you running.
Yeah, it's fun. Oh, permutations. That's the math equation that I was talking about. That's fun. Someone is asking, well, first of all, what do you mean by masking? And also, what type of masking did you use?
Okay. So mine just is from Amazon and it comes on a big roll. But if you're using like Glowforge materials, they are all pre-masked. They, let's see if I have, you'll just have like a little masking that's already applied. But if you're using this unfinished birch wood, you would have to apply masking yourself. I wish I had it on me, but it's all the way in my other studio, so I can't show you. But I can send you a link. Just send me a message on social media and I will send you a link to it.
Perfect. Oh, what kind of paint are you using?
I am just using Americana multi-surface satin. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for just a minute and let it dry off a little bit. And then I'm going to work on my little topper. Find a good paintbrush. Okay, what do you think on this one? I'm going to let you all vote. Should we do this green, lime green, or pink on here? It's going to go over this.
Oh, okay, vote.
And then I'm going to go check the comments and see what you all say.
Okay, green, lime green, or pink. And it's with this blue.
Green or pink. And then I'm also going to grab some of our little stamps and do those as well. So we have a bunch of different stamp options. Oh, I'm going with the bow, of course. No surprises there. Sorry, I'll lay down for you. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of green. That might be
green. Yeah.
don't
Oh,
really
now there's a poll.
Oh, there's a poll?
Yeah, now there is.
One. Okay, tell me the results. I'm gonna start painting this one. Let's see. Okay, pull back this little masking tape. For this one, I'm gonna do pink. And these are so cute on the fridge as well because you can hang them up and just have them holding like little papers that you have on your fridge or anything that you need to keep up there. And again, that same up and down motion just to make sure it doesn't bleed.
I did not know this technique, so I'm learning.
You know, I learned this technique when I was doing, do you remember when the painted doormats, the core mats were all the rage? This is the technique that you have to do with that. Otherwise, it just bleeds underneath.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite hacks. I use it all the time now.
Okay.
Trying to get good, clean lines.
They ended the poll and green is the winner.
Green is the winner? Okay. Go for it. That's so fun.
If you are just joining us, you can probably see it pinned at the top of YouTube, but we do have our $250 gift card giveaway still running through the end of the stream, which we've probably got, I don't know, a few minutes left at least, wrapping up the craft. And again, if you want to do this craft at home with your own Glowforge or blade cutting machine that you have, you can go ahead and go to glowforge.com/cozycrafternoon and sign up there for this stream, and we'll send you all the design files via email. Okay.
Okay, pull back your masking if you have any masking on there.
I think this is called a weeding tool. Somebody asked, is that right?
Yes, weeding.
Someone's like, what's that hook?
This thing, I use it on so many things all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Invaluable. Okay, grab your paintbrush, and we're doing green was the winner. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, and someone said, can you use paint pens? And that's actually such a great idea. I have a few on me. So paint pens are great. I love using them with unfinished wood. And it gives you a lot of control too. Oh, my paintbrush is a little watery. Try again.
That's a great color.
That is really fun. It's going to take me a few layers to build up, but it will be really pretty.
Oh, that's a good question. Charlene is asking, were the stamps engraved or scored?
They are scored.
Oh,
let me try to get a little bit closer if you can see that. Yep, it's just a tiny little score line. I think they're all just scored, not engraved. I think the only thing engraved in this set is this little frame. And it's like a really light engrave.
Engraving the checkerboard pattern, and then you can kind of use that as a guide.
Yep.
Yeah, and scoring is a really great design hack to cut down. It won't work with every type of project, but for some projects, it could really cut down the printing time. Yeah.
I know, learning how to use the score feature is so helpful, especially if you're making signs and say you're going to be placing things on your sign and you want them perfectly aligned. Going ahead and just adding that scoring to the back layer, so helpful.
Yeah,
I did it for so many years without that.
I've also seen people create, we have a couple design tools like Magic Canvas in the app that you can use to create like mandalas or those type of really intricate images. And then I've seen folks then score that onto cardboard or paper or whatever and use that like as a coloring book or a painting guide. It's so pretty. Yeah.
That's so smart. Okay, I'm kind of a perfectionist. I'm just gonna
hard time doing it quickly, right?
Annoyed with the scorchy lines on the inside. Yeah. So I always paint them. You don't have to. This is just a preference. So you could skip that. You could just put it together. But I think it looks a little bit cleaner if you just paint it. But just be aware that the cut lines do really soak up your paint. So you will probably have to do at least 2 layers. I know some people will spray the edges with like a clear spray paint.
Yep.
And that can also seal it in so that it doesn't soak up so much paint. But I'm just gonna hit it really quick.
Yeah, those darn laser edges, they're unavoidable.
No.
Even with the masking.
They're so nice and clean. It's worth it.
Exactly. So did you print these with your Pro or with your one of your craft lasers?
I used my Pro on all of these.
Yeah.
They would definitely work with Spark or Aura.
Yeah.
I don't see any issue on why they wouldn't.
Nope.
It would actually be a great project.
Yeah, the Pro, I would say, the main difference other than size of the between Pro or the professional series and the craft series lasers would be just how fast the Pro is. So if you are working with an Aura or a Spark, these things will take longer to cut out. And so that's just something to keep in mind. So that's why most people who run a business with a Glowforge, they do tend to use the Pro because you're doing the equation of how long it will take to cut everything out.
Definitely.
Be going for a while. Oh my gosh, I love this combo.
Okay, I'm nervous to peel away, but let's hope that it worked. This is not as clean as I would normally do. I kind of rushed this. Oh, please forgive me. We'll see.
Oh, Fabi is saying you could do a primer before the paint, so you don't need to do as many layers. That's a good idea.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh! Oh my gosh, so satisfying.
Looking good.
The sound effect is so nice too.
A little ASMR for you today.
It really is.
Fun. Let's see.
Oh yeah, someone's asking if there are demos for how to use the Glowforge. They teach at a school and have one in the makerspace and just want to learn about it. Yes, there are a ton of resources online for learning about Glowforge. So on our channel, we have probably, I don't know, 50 to 100 of these from the last few years of live streams where some of them were teaching you different design techniques or finishing techniques. But you can also, I would use YouTube. There's a lot of creators like Kim who on their own channels have created tutorials for the way that they design for Glowforge. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. But we do have also some basic design tutorials and such on glowforge.com and our kind of resource center. Yep, and that's what we're saying in the chat. Oh, and we also have educator-specific lesson plans and resources. Yeah, believe it or not, there are Glowforges in thousands of schools, which, I mean, that makes sense. I think it would be so cool to have had access to a Glowforge when I was in school, especially for theater. That's what I always think of using it for costume and set pieces because I was a theater kid.
Yeah, we were both theater kids. I remember that conversation now. Wow,
yeah.
so neat. Okay, we have both of our pieces painted. So our next step is to assemble them together. Normally, if you weren't hosting a live video and you had more time, let them dry completely because you don't want your paint to smear or anything like that. And then I'm just gonna find my adhesive. It's over here. And you just want to apply a little bit of adhesive to the back.
So is it just like a basic super glue?
I'm using E6000. You could use wood glue as well.
Okay.
It's kind of just my go-to. It seems to work well with everything that I do.
Right.
You could definitely use something else if you prefer a different method.
Tiffany is asking, would this material work well with the Aura?
The wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, the birch wood is actually one of my favorites to cut on Aura. It does so well. Yep.
Yeah, so birch is not a proof grade material product. We don't currently have that, but it's really easy to find.
Did you have birch at one time?
I don't think so. We had basswood and we have maple. So we have some light woods, but they are finished. And so if you're looking for an unfinished craft wood, you can find birch at most craft stores. And that's the nice thing about Glowforge too, is like you don't have to use the proof grade materials. You can use your own and you will have to just kind of figure out your settings, which if I was doing this, I would probably just use the maple settings and see how they worked. And is that what you do?
Yep, that usually works.
Usually it's pretty similar.
usually a pretty good one. Okay, and then we're just going to center this after you've applied that adhesive.
Pretty.
Looking. Thanks for choosing the colors for me.
Oh my gosh.
You
look great
I'm
together.
going to peel this little stamp as well. Maybe. Let's see if I can get it.
Oh, wow. Over 4,000 schools have Glowforge.
Wow.
My chatter is saying, my Glowforge expert in chat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool to see examples of what teachers are doing with it. Sometimes they're so creative. Either lessons where the kids get to make things using Glowforge, or they use Glowforge to make like kits for the classroom or decor for the classroom. Ooh. I love the bow trend. I hope it never goes away.
Well, I'm obsessed with bows. I hope it never goes away. Let's see. One of the questions says, how thick was this birch wood?
Yeah.
I think it's just 1/16 of an inch. That's the standard, right?
Oh, Fabi's saying about an 1/8 inch.
An 1/8.
That might be what I think our thin proof grade is about an 1/8 inch. So you would want to go an 1/8 or thinner for the craft laser.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the Aura, I do like to cut thinner. Okay. We have both of these ready. So now we need to assemble the back of the frame. So I'm going to move my little painting paper out of the way.
Oh, someone is saying libraries, Glowforge in libraries. I've seen so many librarians chime into conversations like this saying that they are making maker spaces at their libraries. I haven't seen it in person myself, not in where I live, but that sounds so cool.
That sounds so fun. I love that idea. Okay, I'm going to peel this away. This is the best part, is just that sound. Oh.
It's pretty wood too.
Peel this one
on it.
You know, I ran out of my favorite proof grade materials because my craft store near me closed.
Oh, yeah. I might know the one you're talking about. We're sad. Yeah, you got to find a new place. I do too.
Order online. I'm used to just zipping over to the store, but I have to start planning from here on out.
Yeah, same. I need to restock my library. I only chose these dark colors, which are really pretty, but aren't quite the summer aesthetic I would have gone for, because my supply is running a little low over here too.
No, I actually love the darker colors that you chose, and that's making me want to try. I want to try this in some more neutral colors and maybe some darker ones, or even I was trying earlier to pull a few of the proof grade woods and just layer different shades of wood together, because I think that would be a really pretty natural look.
Yes. I was thinking about making a like dog theme set of these, because my husband and I do dog boarding out of our home, like a little side hustle, right? And so we could almost have like a wall of all of the dogs that we'd had over the summer and send people home with like a picture. That could be really cute.
So cute. Like their puppy's favorite memory.
I think also just because of the stripes and the squigglies, I think a Halloween color scheme to this is amazing. Like
that's
black
a good
and
idea.
purple and orange, and yeah. And I really want to have a Halloween party this year, so I'm also like, that could be a cool one.
This would definitely translate well to Halloween. That would be so cute. Okay, I'm going to add adhesive on this part as well, and then just keep stacking.
Oh, I just saw in chat, very sad, and I was like, what's sad? Oh, we're talking about the craft store. Yes.
Right. Yes, we are all sad. Okay, we'll stack these together.
The piece of wood in the middle creates some space so that the photo slots in there.
Yeah, so that the photo can slide in and out and it doesn't get crushed. And then you definitely could add another layer. Like you could cut this without an opening in the middle out of acrylic so that you had another layer in there to really protect your photo. That was a fun idea.
You know what else would be really pretty in these? Maybe is is I've seen people framing their embroidery work.
Oh, that would be so pretty. I
Yeah.
was actually thinking these would be fun as well. Not fun. Fun is the wrong word. As like a pet memorial. I had a friend recently whose dog passed away, and I was online like looking for something cute to frame a photo of her pet, and I just couldn't find anything that I felt like really fit my aesthetic. But I think this would be really pretty to put your pet memorial photo in here, maybe add like their years in here and their name up here.
Because you could engrave or you could cut out of wood or acrylic and glue it on, have it be like a 3D effect. Yeah, that'd be really nice. I see that project a lot, actually. I think that that's a situation that we see a friend or family that's sad and think like, what can I make? And so I've seen a lot of those, but not any of them this cute though. So.
Okay, and then that just needs to sit and dry.
Yay.
If your wood is slightly warped, which happens a lot, add something heavy on top just so you have a little bit of pressure on all four corners, just to make sure that it clamps down. I'm going to set this aside. Oh, actually, we'll just do the magnets while we're here. Flip that over to the back and then grab some magnets. So on these ones, I did 4 magnets on most of them, and that seemed to be sufficient. I was worried it wouldn't be enough, but they have held up on my fridge for at least a week. So
not falling off. Here in the middle of the night, like a poltergeist.
One of the comments said, are the files able to be adjusted to different sizes to make them bigger or smaller? And they definitely can be scaled down or up. We were talking earlier, someone said you should make a mirror out of this. That would be so cute. Or even like a large family photo could be really pretty. So yes,
you could do the idea of the sorority colors and doing the sorority portraits in these too. Yeah.
That's so fun. So just add a little more of this glue. Again, I'm still using the same glue. It can be a little messy, I'll be honest, but it seems to do the trick pretty well.
I always end up with my hands glued together.
Me too. I'm a really messy crafter. Yeah. I like to pretend that I'm not, but really, I'm kind of a disaster when I craft.
What glue did you use? What was it again? You said it a minute ago.
Oh, I think it's probably backwards on your screen, but it's 6,000.
E6000. I was like, oh no, 6 or a 9. I can't figure it.
Oh yeah, my camera's like upside down and reversed. Apologies.
That's very funny.
And then we're just going to set this aside and let it dry. But basically, our frame is finished. And you could just take a photo. And then, let's see, is this the right side? Yeah. Slide this in there. And there you have your little frame.
Cute. Oh my gosh.
I moved it a little bit. Straighten it back out. Okay, and then for the little stamp, let's see. I was working on this bow.
Oh yeah.
And the same thing. So go ahead and paint everything on your little stamp. Peel away all of your masking tape. I think I have a little bit more left.
Oh, just the super thin little in-between line.
So tiny. Let's see if I can get that.
Impressive.
With nails, everything is so much more difficult than it needs to be. Okay, peel all of that away. I won't show the whole process.
We believe you.
And then again, just a little bit of glue on the back, and 1 magnet is all that you need for these. And then let that dry as well. And then I did want to show you how to do it out of acrylic, and then we'll also do cardstock.
Okay, good, because someone just asked if you could do the cardstock.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do acrylic really quick and then cardstock. So hang in with me. We'll get to both.
So acrylic, like I mentioned, you can use acrylic on all of the Glowforge printers. You will want to use thin acrylic if you're using the craft printers. And I mean, you can get acrylic all over the place at craft stores and at different craft websites online. But if you're not using proof grade acrylic, you got to make sure that you're using like a it can't be clear or white if you're using a craft laser. So just keep that in mind for your design. What color do you have here, Kim? The big reveal. It's coming. Oh, I see it.
Little sneak peek. Again, I'm trying to get the masking tape off.
It's the hard part.
Typically, I will just use, what is it? A little bit of duct tape. You just press a little piece on and then it just rips everything off for you if you ever have an issue. But I'm currently all out. My kids are home for the summer and they have been in all of my craft supplies.
Yeah, I Forge where we have so much Gorilla Tape everywhere. I feel like I have rolls in my craft closet over here because that's the exact thing that we use it for. And it, especially over in an engrave, it can kind of bring up the whole thing really nicely.
It's so helpful.
Super thin 3M works great on the back of your cut pieces. Oh, instead of glue, super thin like a 3M. That's what we use.
Online, I store all of my stuff out in my garage, and we live in the desert, and so I'm afraid to invest in any of the nice 3M, but I've seen people do that and then cut through it. And I need to try it.
Yeah, that's what we used in a previous Cozy Crafternoon for creating dimension between pieces of cardstock for the layered art, and it just kind of like made almost like a more 3D looking effect. Okay. Ooh, I love that blue. It's almost like a periwinkle.
Current obsession.
That is gorgeous.
I was wearing this color yesterday when we were chatting too.
It's like cornflower blue. Is that the color? Ooh.
And matte. I really am loving all of the matte acrylic right now.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, if you get into acrylic and want to craft with acrylic, there are stores that sell all sorts of specialty acrylics, ones that it'll look one color and you can engrave it away down to a different color, ones that are ombre, ones that have glitter, ones that are tortoise shell, all sorts of cool ones. So you can really go nuts with that.
Go crazy. There's so many options out there. Again, I should have grabbed some tape, sorry.
Oh, that's cute. Fabi is saying her and her kids are picking projects from the catalog and been crafting every day. Yeah, you got to figure out something to do with your kids right there. Home all day suddenly.
You know, my daughters and I have done a lot of keychains and earrings with the Glowforge.
Oh, yeah.
And that's been so fun.
I like to do those motel style.
What?
Motel style keychains. Those were really trendy a few years ago. Those, speaking of acrylic.
That was the first project I cut on my Pro. I was so excited to do the motel keychains.
Someone's asking, does the Aura cut those blues and pink? I think so. I think definitely the blue. The pink might.
The pink, you would probably have to run the same cut line over it a few times to get it to cut.
Yeah. I agree that could be the case, because there are people who have been successful using techniques like that, like running several passes on it at cutting through lighter materials with a craft laser. But yeah, the type of laser beam doesn't get absorbed by the material. So
I have a TikTok about that, I think. An Instagram reel about what colors I was able to do. And they were all pastels, but it did require running it a few times over the same line. So it's doable. But it's
saying I need links to those acrylic stores. Yeah, I don't know them off the top of my head, but feel free, folks, to share and chat your favorite acrylic stores.
And if you have questions, reach out to me. I'm always happy to share.
Oh, okay. I'm standing corrected about the Aura capability with the blue. It cannot do blue. It will cut teal. Dialed lasers like Aura won't work with clear, translucent white, and some blues. So all acrylics for the Pro, some acrylics for the craft. I know that color of blue. It's so good.
If you have the Aura and you can't get the exact color you want to cut, though, I've done a lot of just spray painting.
Oh.
Any color of acrylic and then spray paint it.
Yeah, whatever is on sale and then spray paint it white after you cut it.
Okay, here is the process for this. This is actually so easy once you get the masking tape out of the way. And if you had some duct tape on you, it would be so much faster. For bearing with me. But again, we're just going to apply the E6000 on the back of this. And it does work pretty well in my experience with acrylic. And let's see. I'm going to try to do it so that I don't end up with little lines. Get those little glue stringies. Those drive me insane.
Yeah, see, this is why I'm covered in glue, because I don't have any glue techniques like this. I just hoping every time. Oh, that's cool. I'm hearing Houston Acrylic has a whole section of diode compatible acrylics.
Oh, yes, they do. I have ordered from them before and had good success with them.
And we do have proof grade acrylics. So you can, that's a nice place to start because they've got the QR code on them. The laser will read it and do the settings for you. But if you want to branch out for some more specialty acrylics, I encourage you to do that too.
Okay, and then we're just going to line this up and put a little bit of pressure on it.
Beautiful.
And then you would do that same exact process of adding in, I'm not gonna go through it because it's too slow, but you would glue this and this together, and then this one on the top. Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
That is gorgeous. I wonder why it strangely doesn't look too like baby shower to me. I think it's
what I was worried about, but I think the blue is like a shade dark enough that it's not too.
It's almost got like a purple, or I don't know what it is, but yeah, so beautiful. Love it.
I was hesitant at first when I was cutting this out this morning, like it might go baby shower, but it might be cute. We'll see. Let's see. Just checking the chat really quick. Any other questions that anyone has? Ooh, I will show you really quickly how to do it with paper if that is an option that you want to test out.
Yeah, let's see it. If you signed up, the design files should come. I would say, depending on your email client and how long they hold emails from like a new email address, could take like up to an hour to get the files. And if you don't get it, you can write into hello@glowforge.com and our customer success team can help give you the correct link.
Definitely. And you can always reach out to me and ask too. I will email you whatever you need. I do have a blog post that I'll put up probably this weekend that will have like everything and all the step-by-steps. So if you need extra help, you can get that too.
Oh yeah, Tiffany is saying it looks a little Bridgerton. Totally agree.
It really does. Oh, that would be fun to have a Bridgerton party.
Yeah.
When does the next one come out actually? Is
The
there
next
another one?
I think there is. I don't know. I haven't caught up.
Really quickly, I am just going to apply some glue to this.
Same glue.
Same glue. I would probably use, I have like a Barely art glue that I usually use. That's a little bit more specific to paper, but this one works. This will work just fine. And then this is just cardstock. I think I'm using just cardstock, but if you cut it out of something like craft board, or what was the other one that's a little bit thicker than craft board? I can't.
Yeah.
I have no ideas, but then it would give you a little bit more room in between, just so that that photo slides in there nicely. And then let's glue these together as well.
That blue is like the same color as the acrylic. How did you do that?
It's a trend. I'm really obsessed. I told you I'm obsessed with this blue right now.
Yeah, you have the hex code memorized.
Yeah. I just will get on a color. Like for the longest time, it's been this shade of, no, that's not it. It's been this purple. I've been on this purple for months.
Oh yeah, it's like a lilac.
Is purple. It's like my water bottle, my bag. I go hard for one color.
Oh, they're saying chipboard might be what we.
Yes, thank you for filling in my brain. Okay. I'm running on fumes. Okay, so just a little bit of adhesive there, and then stack those on top of each other. Line them up. Does that look centered? That looks centered from above.
Yeah.
And then press them down. A little bit of adhesive here. I'm going to do this from the back. And then just a little bit of pressure along the edges. And there you have your little frame. You can see there's like a little hole right here, but that's on purpose. That'll be covered once you slide your photo in. So with this, you could still add magnets to the back, especially like one of those longer strips, like the rectangles would work really well with this.
The thin
And
ones.
then you could put this on your fridge. I was also thinking it would be fun. I have this big white wall in here. You could also do, what's the little sticky tabs that you put on the back of photos to hang them and they don't leave any residue?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking. And you kind of pull down.
Yeah.
I actually think it's a 3M product as well. But
Yes.
everything.
Those would be great as well if you wanted to hang these like directly to a wall. So I think it's
Cool. Okay, so we just did it with birchwood, with acrylic, and with paper.
Yes. Here's a few other examples of what it looks like out of cardstock.
Yeah, there's that lilac color. You weren't kidding.
With this one, I actually do have the chipboard underneath. So you
Oh,
can see it's a little bit thicker, and that will cut on a smart cutting machine. And that just gives you a little more space for your photos to slide in. And on this one, where I had those score lines for my laser, I just swapped them to a pen line. So it drew out my little checkerboard, and then I painted it in with just a little paint pen.
Okay, so I'm hearing command strips.
Yeah, thank you.
And then someone's wondering what size photos will the frames fit as?
This is just your most standard, what is it, 5 by 8? Yeah. Is that, yeah.
Okay.
It's just the standard photo size. But again, you could size them up if you wanted something bigger or go down if you wanted something smaller.
Cute.
Thank you to chat for being my brain today on all the words.
You all are here.
That got me.
Well, cool. That was so great. That was so cool to see it in all different materials like that.
Thank you, Bailey.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining us and sticking around. We've still got 200 some people watching live this whole time. So that's been awesome to have all of you here. If you didn't, I'm sure you did, but go ahead and enter into that $250 gift card giveaway. And if you don't already have a Glowforge, it can go towards buying a Glowforge. If you already have one, you can get materials with it or designs. And also just a reminder that we do have a couple bundles that end tonight at midnight. So if you were looking to get either a Glowforge Pro HD, which is our top of the line, fastest, the one Kim has, be like Kim. Well, she has all of them, but her fastest. Oh, I love the layout that you have. I didn't look at that until just now. How beautiful.
I'm showing off all of our projects.
Yes. So Glowforge Pro HD bundle tonight, and as well as an Aura bundle. So whether you're looking to go pro or stick with a craft laser for now, make sure you check out those bundles. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks so much, Bailey, for having me. I always love getting to craft with you.
Yeah.
And thanks for doing in the chat too.
Yeah, we'd love to hear. As the chat is wrapping up, let us know if you have any ideas for crafts that you'd like to see us make live in the future. We do plan to do more of these, and we are always looking for ideas. So either if you're watching this live, you can put it in the chat right now as I'm saying this, as if we're wrapping up, or you can leave it as a comment on this video. So hope we see you here again soon.